We usually shoot a lot of bright white spaces, but every now and then we stumble upon a room that is painted in dark, moody hues, and I love them. And they can be done in a very elegant way if done right. Let me show you some of my favorite dark, moody rooms and tell you what made them so appealing to me. First up, an all-time favorite of mine, Garrow Kedigian's own home in Montreal. Now this home was layered with color, but especially his dining room, which was a deep teal green. Now this room was very large and it had big windows, so it could really support a darker color, but to make it feel very rich, he covered the walls in paneling and he painted the ceiling in a high gloss cream paint, which really reflected the light throughout the space, and he added a bright pop of color in a yellow banquette to just keep your eye moving around the space. I think a dark color for a dining room is very appropriate because that is where you are going to entertain, most likely in the evening, so it's perfect to set a mood. Another dark room with architectural molding on the wall is Cynthia Ferguson's own bedroom. Now you probably wouldn't think to go jet black in a bedroom, but it really creates a cocoon feeling that is perfect for sleeping. She didn't shy away from mixing the black with some strong colors in the drapery and in her headboard, and used the black as a canvas to make other colors pop, like those bright fuchsia lampshades that are sitting on her dresser. What I love about Cynthia is she wasn't afraid to go jet black, even though this wasn't a big room. It's like 10 feet by 11 feet, but it created that cocoon feeling she was looking for, and she nailed it. In this house by Montana Burnett, the dining room was the only dark room in the entire house. Now, once again, this is a room that got a lot of light because it was open to the other spaces, but she did want to create that moody feeling, which is perfect for a dining room. So the dark walls acted as that neutral backdrop, which really made the piece of art pop. Once again, the only colorful piece of art in the home. Although this room was a sharp contrast to the rest of the house, she did make it connect to the other spaces with warm elements, such as the warm wood chairs and the raffia lampshades. Now, before I show you my next pick, I want to take a moment to thank LG for sponsoring this great design episode. I recently had a chance to visit their beautiful connected kitchen and learn all about their new smart appliances. I love the look of this sleek range.
Me too. We call this the slide-in range that has the controls in the front, so it's much more built-in premium look. It has a very cool feature, our pro-bake convection. The burner, which is typically found at the bottom of the oven, we've moved it to the back with the fan. What that does is create much more even cooking in this oven. Are you familiar with sous vide cooking?
Yes, in a water bath, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So this range actually can mimic sous vide cooking, but in the oven. We circulate hot air at a very low and consistent temperature around vacuum sealed food. So when it's done, the results come out just like your conventional sous vide cooking, nice and tender, juicy, with all the nutrients inside. The opposite of our air sous vide cooking is our air fry feature. For those nights where you want to cheat a little bit, maybe make some wings or French fries, this oven basically allows you to get crispy results as if you're frying, but using high heat at a high fan speed for a really crispy texture and fewer calories.
Oh, I love the dark cobalt interior. Is there a reason for this?
Well, aside from it being beautiful, of course, it does help with heat retention in cooking.
Oh, that's genius. Is this around ice cubes?
Yes, this fridge automatically makes spherical ice.
Very cool party trick, guys. Look at this. It's full. Come on. Does this have the Insta-View? It does.
Yes, the Insta-View feature. And actually that illuminates a secret door if you just open that. Ooh. We call this our door-and-door feature.
Genius.
Right? So just quick, easy access to basically your favorite items. There you go, have a drink.
Darcy Watson is an interior designer and an architect, and her home really reflected that. It was stunning. Most of the home was open concept and on the modern side of design, but she wanted to connect it to her home office, which was a bit more traditional. And to do that, she painted the exterior of the home office a jet black and the entire interior the same color. From floor to ceiling, the entire millwork was this deep, dark hue, which she says was perfect and very conducive to her working on her computer all day. I think it's genius. The 2020 Princess Margaret Show House was designed by Brian Gluckstein, and it was stunning as usual. But what really stood out to me was the lower level, in which he included a home cinema, and it was bonkers. Brian did a terrific job of integrating lighting, technology, and great design in one space. Like any movie theater, you'd want to create a dark cocoon of a room, and he did that beautifully, but in a very soft way by adding wallpaper to the walls. So instead of painting them jet black, he had a bit of a blue-gray textured wallpaper surrounding the room. But the best part were that the walls were a staggered panel with integrated lighting, which created a whole other mood. So I guess the lesson here is that if you're going to create a dark room with no windows, play around with lighting and textures and create that cozy, layered environment that you just want to curl up in. It's rare that you would see a principal bathroom that's painted black. It's usually a powder room or something small. But in this show house, which was designed by HGTV's Sarah Baeumler, she went dark. And what she did was flip the palette that you would usually see in a bathroom. So you might be used to seeing a slate floor with creamy walls and a pale ceiling. She went black on the walls, dark ceiling, dark vanities, but then a nice sandy, warm colored floor. She carried that black palette into the shower with a super dramatic stone. And I have to say, the space didn't feel dark. I mean, it was a very large bathroom, which helps with big windows, but the room just felt super sexy and really luxurious. There's a lot to be said about dark rooms, and although they can be difficult to pull off, when done right, they can be an absolute showstopper in your home. So go ahead, try it out. I dare you.